For this video, I thought I would recap my Hall of Fame collection, all the Hall of Famers that I've gotten over the years. I'm just going to stick to the three main sports: baseball, basketball, and football. I'm not going to go into like hockey or the Olympic sports or golf or something like that, because I mean, I've got some of them, but not very many. So this video might be a little bit longer, but it's going to be all the Hall of Famers that I have. And I'm going to start off with the single-sign baseballs. First one, not actually a Hall of Famer, but I mean, he's the all-time hits leader. Might as well be a Hall of Famer. Pete Rose. Got that in person. You put the number of hits, 4256. After that, Billy Williams, Hall of Fame 87. Gaylord Perry, I got this in person. It says Hall of Fame 91. This is actually an old Wilson official Texas League ball. Gaylord Perry did at one point play in the Texas League, so I didn't have a Major League ball on me when I met him. So it worked out like that. Another one I've got, Tony Perez, Hall of Fame 2000. Steve Carlton. Got the number of Ks he's got there. This one's a little bit faded. It's a game-used Texas League ball because I didn't even know the guy was going to be there at the game. I caught a foul ball, got him to sign it. It is Jim Palmer, Hall of Fame 90. It actually looks better in person than it does on the camera there, but it is a little bit faded. This one, my favorite player of all time. I got it really cheap because the condition it's in. It is PSA certified, but it's almost invisible. That is Cal Ripken Jr. You can barely see it there. I mean, I paid $10 for it. It's PSA DNA certified Cal Ripken Jr. And it is his Iron Man ball. This one I keep framed on my wall. It's not a baseball. It's I bumped into Nolan Ryan. Got an index card signed by him. I went ahead and framed it in an 11x14 frame with a whole bunch of cards. So that ended up being a really nice piece, even though it's just an index card. That's kind of an example of what you can do with something like that. A lot of guys won't sign blanks, but a lot of other people don't see the point in getting something blank signed, and right there is a perfect example of what you can do with one. I'm going to move on to some other blank index cards I have. Everybody should have this guy in his collection. That's Bobby Doerr. Got a couple of him. Got a handful of Hall of Fame postcards here, and some other postcards. That would be Lou Boudreau, another Bobby Doerr. This guy used to sign through the mail, just like Bobby Doerr used to send everybody a Hall of Fame plaque. So did this guy, Mike Schmidt. Very tough to get now. This one just passed away. Used to send everybody a postcard as well. It's Stan Musial. It's actually one of his nicer signatures there in the later years. This one also sends everybody a postcard. He's a Hall of Famer, but it's in his Phillies uniform. That would be Ryan Sandberg. All of those except for the Lou were through the mail. The Lou I bought PSA certified offline. So this one, it might as well be a postcard. It's not exactly a postcard. It's actually a book cover that was cut off the book to have him sign it. That is Hank Aaron. Signed it in ballpoint pen. I got that pretty cheap because of what it is. It's not really a collectible item. Now I'll be moving on to cards and 8x10s. First up, I got this in person. This is a 55 Topps Monty Irvin. I've got two PSA slabbed cards here. 500 Home Run Club of Willie McCovey. That's actually one of the old 20th anniversary Kmart cards. You don't see very many of those. This one is another 500 Home Run Club, Eddie Murray, PSA slabbed. Now these next two are pretty interesting. They're actually like one-of-one printing plate styles, but it's from the 1979 Topps set, and those printing plates were destroyed long ago. That's what Topps used to do. Every time they'd print a set, after the set was done, they would destroy the printing plates so it could never be reproduced. I've got the certificate of authenticity from the Topps vault right here, saying that they are one-of-one proof cards that were printed off the printing plates just to test out how they would work. I've got the magenta. I got that signed in person by Gaylord Perry. You see they're blank on the back. It's a magenta. It might as well be the magenta printing plate because there's only one of them. And I've got the blue, also signed by Gaylord Perry. I got those signed in person. At the same time I got the baseball. Now I got a stack of some 8x10s here. It's pretty big names. Here's another one everybody should have. This is Bob Feller. You can get this picture signed online for very cheap because he signed so many autographs that it's not worth anything, even though he's been dead for like 10 years now. Followed up by him is Duke Snider. This one's one of my favorites. It's PSA DNA certified, 500 home run club. Eddie Matthews, the Braves. See the signature there? Very nice picture. It's an older picture. This one I pulled out of the TriStar Hidden Treasures. I used to love that product. Phil Necro. I wish they still made TriStar. Here's another TriStar I got. This would be George Kell. Tigers back in the day. This one I actually won in a drawing. It's another Nolan Ryan. It says on the occasion of Nolan Ryan's record-breaking 5th no-hitter. And if you look closely there, it's actually a full signature. It's not just the in loop R loop like a lot of them are, like that index card I showed. This one you can read every letter. It says Nolan Ryan very clearly. Good friend of mine gave me this as a gift. Ernie Banks. He got that in person. He's from Chicago. He lives here now. We hang out doing autographs and stuff now. This one I bought online. It's actually a newspaper clipping, signed in a blue felt tip pen or ballpoint pen. That is Billy Herman. I don't know if you can see the signature there, but you don't see very many of his autographs anymore, so that was pretty cool. Here we got some cards. I just took them straight out of the binder. I wasn't going to go one by one. Sandberg, George Brett, Enos Slaughter, another Ernie Banks. You can barely see it there. That's back when he used to sign through the mail. There's Al Kaline, Reggie Jackson, Dave Winfield, Brooks Robinson, Tony Perez. So more Bobby Doerr, Wade Boggs, Carlton Fisk, Jim Bunning. If you haven't gotten Wade Boggs yet, I suggest you do it because there's no telling how long he's going to keep up signing through the mail. Here's another Gaylord Perry. I've met him several times over the year. There's a certified Gaylord Perry along with Jake Peavy. Goose Gossage. Next one down here is Nolan Ryan, J.R. Richard. This one's a double Hall of Fame. It's Goose Gossage and Raleigh Fingers. There's Raleigh by himself, 1979 Topps. That's one of my sets that I was trying to work on. I've probably got 30 or so of it signed, so it's not really one of my priority ones. There's a Jim Palmer and a couple of Fergie Jenkins. These are some of the newer Hall of Famers right here. That'd be Frank Thomas, Craig Biggio. I believe that's it for my baseball, so I'm going to move on to the basketball now. There would be a Big O, Oscar Robertson, and Dikembe Mutombo, who just got elected in this past year. That Dikembe Mutombo, actually, since I'm talking about it, that was his last year playing. He was with Houston. He actually announced his retirement to the group of us. We were standing there talking to him, asking if he was going to come back the next year, and he told us he was going to retire before he even told the media he was going to retire, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, he's a very nice guy. After that, Walt Clyde Frazier, Charles Barkley, another Charles Barkley, Alex English. See, there's this personalized to Ed. Not a very good signature there. I'm trying to get a good image of it with the reflection there. Isaiah Thomas, Dominique Wilkins, Kevin McHale, a certified Hakeem Olajuwon, Jerry Sloan. And, well, I guess that's it for basketball for now. I got some other basketball, but I'll get to that later. Here's some football. Is Rayfield Wright, Bob Lilly, Earl Campbell. You can see there. That's his second-year card. Ozzie Newsome, Jackie Smith. I got that through the mail. I don't know if you can see it, but he actually signed it twice. I don't know why he did that, but it's signed at the top. It says Jackie Smith, Hall of Fame 94. Down at the bottom it says Jackie Smith, Hall of Fame 94. Next to that's Anthony Munoz and Jim Everett. Another basketball one is one of the few Harlem Globetrotters that's actually individually in the Hall of Fame. That's Meadowlark Lemon. I got to meet him. Here's Jim Calhoun, Hall of Fame coach. Another Hall of Fame coach, Gino Ariyama. This one, it's kind of a mix, baseball, basketball, but he's in the Hall of Fame for basketball. It's Magic Johnson. And the Dodgers came through here this past season, spring training. Unfortunately, I was really excited when they announced the Dodgers were coming, and then they traded Matt Kemp, so I couldn't get Matt Kemp to sign it. I got some more 8x10s here. These are ones that are hanging on my wall as well. This one is another Magic Johnson. It's an 8x10 of him and Larry Bird. And then I got it's a Beckett magazine from his rookie year. Being from San Antonio, it's a very big deal. David Robinson signed very nicely there in blue. Probably one of my favorite autographs. Now the rest of these are going to be smaller items. It's a postcard from Dawn Staley. She was elected into the Basketball Hall of Fame as well. These are index cards. This is probably going to finish up my video right here. Got another Charles Barkley, Larry Brown. This is something I experimented with back when I first started doing autographs. I tried printing out pictures on the index cards. It's kind of cool for a while, but then it got kind of old because, I mean, the quality's not very well, but it's a Kevin McHale. It looks a little beat up on the camera there, but it's in pretty good shape. Kevin McHale. Robert Parrish, which would mean I have, with the next one, I have the big three from Boston. Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish, Larry Bird. I mean, it doesn't really look like Larry Bird, but that is in person. That is him. Nobody knew he was going to be there with the Pacers that day. He just showed up out of nowhere. I didn't have anything for him, so always be prepared. Get him on an index card. Followed by that's another Kevin McHale. I actually have a picture of the three of them. I had them all three framed with an 8x10. I took it down to make room for something else because it didn't really look good with the three index cards framed like that. Adrian Dantley, Hall of Fame 2008. Another Adrian Dantley with no inscription. And the last one here is Dave Cohen's, another Celtics player. And well, that would appear to be it for now. If I come up with anything else, I'll add it to the video. I'm sure I've got tons more other guys that are in other sets. I know I've got a handful of guys like Hall of Fame commentators for the 2001 top set. Wade Boggs is in there a couple of times. Reggie Jackson, Carlton Fisk. I've even got a Ripken in there, PSA slabbed. But these are the ones that are just for my Hall of Fame collection, besides for the sets. I don't have any Hall of Fame jerseys. I just thought of something else I can add to this. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. These were a couple of things I picked up at a card show. I'll start with this one first. The guy told me it was game used. I don't think it's game used. I think it was a stadium giveaway. It's a bat. The reason I think it was a stadium giveaway is obviously some kid went out, played with it, put electrical tape all over it, cracked it, held it together with more foam tape. But it is actually signed Al Kaline and a Louisville Slugger, Al Kaline engraved on there. I'm pretty sure it was a stadium giveaway. It doesn't seem big enough to be what a major league level player would use. So, and well, I mean, there's actually some. I have some doubts about the authenticity of the signature as well. But I mean, how often do you find a Kaline bat anywhere? So I mean, it was pretty cheap. So even if it turns out to be fake, I still got a pretty good deal on it. This one is game used. I've never seen anything else from this particular guy. I showed his autograph a minute ago. I'm hoping one day I'll be able to get this autographed. It's game used. It's not even cracked. It's fully intact. It could probably still be used today, but it's got a lot of heavy use on it. And it's not signed, but it is a Hall of Famer, 500 Home Run Club game used bat. Can't really make it out there, but it's Eddie Murray. So, and one day I will be getting that signed. And well, that's all I've got for my Hall of Fame right now. Hopefully I'll be adding some more soon. I've got a lot of stuff out in the mail that I'll be adding to it. I know the 2001 Topps Cubs team card, I had originally sent it to Ernie Banks, hoping he would, because he's sporadically signed, but he passed away, so I know I'm not going to get it back. I ordered a replacement for it, and I'll be sending it to Ryan Sandberg. Hopefully he can sign that. And well, that's about it for now.